Hello fellow followers, drummers and music lovers, welcome to this video where I am going to introduce my t-cymbal signature series.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's a beautiful day. Time to wake up.
What's up, Doc?
I've been an endorser for t-cymbals since 2018, so it's already been 5 years. And I've discovered the brand basically with their 22 inches giant bell ride from the Metal Shop series. Because, you know, when I want to endorse a cymbal brand, when I want to play basically just one cymbal brand, I really need a ride that is special with bigger size, I would say, like 20 inches, it's alright, but I prefer at least 22. And I really need the big bell, like 8 inches bell. I really need that because my drumming is basically built around that kind of ride. And every time I don't have a big bell ride to play drums, for example, if my cymbal case is lost at the airport, I know that my drumming is going to be suffering from that. I really need that because I need to be able to throw some really fast accents on the bell on the ride during blast beats or a lot of different kind of parts, and I just like the fact of having like at least 2 completely different sounds of ride just with one ride. So you have basically the body of the ride and you also have the bell. So I really need that, and t-cymbals already had that with the Metal Shop 22 inches giant bell ride. But I've straight away asked the guy to do some little customization on the ride. And well, we met 5 years later, and I had in mind the idea of creating a totally custom cymbals, a signature cymbal, just at least with the ride, because the ride is like the one cymbal that I want to be special in my whole set. Of course, I like to have my sound, my tone, but it's especially true with the ride. So I wanted a signature ride, and basically they asked me first when we met to do a signature ride. So basically the customization that I had already on my Metal Shop ride, we decided to push this a little bit further. So we have kind of a low profile ride that is not too heavy, and we wanted something, you know, of course very articulate when you hit with the tip, especially on the raw part of the ride. We wanted something very articulate, and still we wanted something with more musicality and something very raw and a little bit jazzy and some kind of a very deep sound. And that is why we have chosen a low profile on the ride with also heavy hammering on the body, basically, and a cymbal that is not too heavy. So these rides are still metal ride with a very big bell and a lot of articulation under the stick, but you also have some great sustain coming out of every single hit. Some kind of a wash also, it's almost crashable in a way. And yeah, we wanted something raw and deep and dark also with these cymbals. And well, t-cymbals did an amazing job with this. T-cymbals is always making insanely great cymbals, best alloy possible, hand hammered, everything is basically handmade. And well, they are very skilled and they know what they do with cymbals, and they know me, they know what I want, and they have created a 22 inches and a 20 inches ride, both with an 8 inches bell. They are just awesome and they get along together very well. Since I have them, I've played live with Benighted, I've played live with No Baby Scaries, I have recorded already several albums, and I can tell you that I'm 100% happy about them. And when I play, they are a huge part of my joy of playing drums right now, just because of how deep the sound can be, how articulate it can be on the blast beats.
Los Angeles, let me hear you!
And they look also amazing. So you have chosen a brilliant finish on the bell, then a raw finish around the bell, and on the very edges we have chosen a brilliant finish again. So with red ink for the logo and my signature, and you also have a laser engraved inscription on them to say what kind of size you have also on the cymbal. So it says 20 inches signature ride or 22 inches signature ride. So yeah, again, you can play something jazzy on there. You can play blast beats. You can play them over double bass. You can play twin ride pattern also. It's just walking whatever you are doing with them. They are very versatile for everything that is powerful. And yeah, even for jazz and kind of soft playing, but still with some kind of energy, they are working very, very, very well. And yeah, so you have this zone that is raw just here, and then this zone that is brilliant. And this is basically where you want to play the blast beat, because here you have the most articulation possible. And this is where you have something a little bit more jazzy. I mean, everywhere it's a little bit jazzy, even the bell is a little bit jazzy because it's very deep and raw. But if you want the wash, this is where you are going to get it. And I like the fact that I have like these 3 zones on the right, so I can play different things on the right, and visually I can look at it and I know where I need to hit to have the exact sound that I want. So yeah, you know, these are the ride that I want to play every time now, and I don't think I really want to play with another ride, or of course for some very specific application, but otherwise this is like my beloved ride cymbal, and I'm really, really glad that it is not just a custom item for me, but it is actually a signature cymbal series that you can buy if you want. You can buy it online, you can buy it on my website, you can order it to t-cymbals, you can find them at Music Store Germany in Cologne. So yeah, I love them, and I hope you do also. So you know why, when we met with t-cymbals, we talked about the signature ride, but we talked also about the signature bell. And basically I was thinking, you know, with the bell, I'm a little bit like with the ride. I have some high expectation for it, and I don't always find what I want, because I want something, of course precise, because I want to have enough articulation on it to play fast pattern. But I don't want something with just a huge ping and that's it. You have some bell, especially designed for very powerful metal music, that, you know, you hit it, it's very hard, you have a huge ping. And then you have the sustain, of course, that is going on forever, but it's really low. So when you play drums, and then you play these kind of bell, you really just have the ping, and that's it. Then you have to stop drumming to have the sustain. And the ping is very hard and with a lot of definition. And then you have some other kind of bell that are a little bit more like a splash. So you hit that kind of bell, and then it's just an explosion of sound and sustain. You still have a little ping because it's a bell, but it's almost like a splash because it's a lot of sustain and it's not very precise. And I always wanted something in between. I don't know, something. It's hard to tell, but a little bit strange when I hit it. It's like almost like a spiritual meditating bell, some kind of stuff like that, you know. So I always wanted something in between of a bell that is just a ping and another bell that is just a going on with a lot of sustain and explosive harmonics everywhere. And so this is why I've asked the t-cymbals guy to do something in between that is totally a little bit exotic, just unique, warm also, but also with a lot of definition. And that is what they have done with my signature bell. And I wanted also a bell that is that way, so when you play it together with a ride, of course it's still a different cymbals, but it's not miles away, it's not completely different, it's not a whole different world. And sometimes when you have a bell that is a little bit like a splash, or a bell that is a little bit like just a bing bell that is very precise, it just sounds out of context when you play it on the drum kit. So sometimes this is exactly what you want, but for my taste and my drumming, it's not what I wanted. So this is why I needed something in between, very special, unique, warm, and that is in fact a little bit in the same philosophy of the ride, you know, some sustained musicality, some kind of softness, something a little bit washy, a little bit jazzy, but at the same time with a lot of articulation and definition to the sound when you hit it. And no matter what, I also want always a lot of sensitivity, so then when you play fast and don't have so much power, well, the sound is still popping out of the cymbal. So yeah, this is for my signature bell. It's a 10 inches, and this one is, as the ride, available for everyone. It is not just a custom item, it's a signature line, so it's available with t-cymbals, it's available at my website, and it's also available at Music Store Germany. And you know what? I also had a surprise with t-cymbals guys, because they never talked to me about this idea, and at some point they just said to me, you know what, we have made the ride, we have made the bell, but we also have decided to try some chinas just for you. So I said basically nothing to them, they just know my playing, they've seen me live, they have seen many videos of me, we have talked about the sound that I like, and they have just designed the china for me. So basically it's the china are still based on the Metal Shop series, a little bit like the ride, and it's then a little bit the same concept. So we have the raw finish around the bell, we have a bell that is unhammered, brilliant finish, and then we have the edges, brilliant finish too. And so the bell of the china is a little bit bigger than the Metal Shop one, and the edges are also a little bit bigger. And same thing that's with all my signature line. The cymbals are not that heavy, they are not that thick, and they are designed to be exotic, very cutting, precise, trashy. And this is exactly what I want also with China cymbals. And the fact that these cymbals decided to make a signature China for me also really tell how much they have understood my playing, because apart from the ride, the China are probably also the cymbals that I really want to be custom and on which I have very high expectation. Like the bell, also I have high expectation, but if I have a different bell to play, it's alright. But the China, I feel also sometimes that I'm not very happy with the sound of them, because it's just too much sustain, it's too loud, so when I play many accents on them, it is just getting messy. When I just play a pattern on them, like every stroke hitting the china, it's also getting very messy and confusing. So I want something that, you know, the sustain is controlled. It is here, but it's controlled. And when you hit the cymbals regularly, it's not going, you know, all over the place. It is still precise enough. And this is exactly what they have designed with the china. And they need to be like punchy accent when you hit the china just one time. So it needs to be like an explosion of sounds that is very cutting through any kind of guitar that is playing with you, and this is exactly what these China are doing. So we have 20 inches, 18 inches, and 16 inches. We're currently using them all together, but my idea was more to have like a 16 and an 18 to play some very fast stuff, and an 18 and a 20. So when you play something a little bit slower, you still have something that is powerful enough and with a little bit more sustain. So the whole series of China is a little bit more designed like, depending on what kind of music you play, you can have two Chinas that really fit into your music. So yeah, the 16 and the 18 for the faster stuff, 18 and 20 for something a little bit slower, or something that it needs to be a little bit darker. So yeah, they also work really great, the three of them all together, like I'm doing currently. But yeah, the idea was really to have two different pair possible of China for this. So if you don't know t-cymbals, it's a cymbal brand from Turkey. They make everything by hand. Everything is handmade. So the whole cymbal series is handmade. Everything is top quality. The alloy they are using for the cymbal is always top quality. So the price is always very fair, especially compared to some other brands. It doesn't mean that the cymbals are of lower quality. Sometimes I have people asking me like, yeah, I have a B8 stuff from Sabian, I have a ZXT from Zildjian, and I want something a little bit similar, but you know, no, maybe t-cymbals are great for that. I want to try your cymbals, and I'm like, you know, that's two different worlds, because you are comparing, you want to compare something that is B8 alloy with something that is a B20 derivative, because you know you have plenty of different differences that you can make with the alloy. But these are top quality alloy. It's not like the cheapest alloy you can find for some cheapest cymbal. This is top quality cymbal. It is always, they are all hand hammered, so it's always top quality. Hand hammered cymbals also mean that you have some small differences from a cymbal to another one, and this is especially true with the bear. All bear are going to be very unique with a different pitch, but the spirit is always going to be the same. As I've explained, it's always a blend between a bear that is very pingy and something very precise and very loud under the first hit of the stick, and a bear that is a little bit more like a splash and that just explodes when you hit it. So yeah, it's always the kind of bear that you're going to have, but always with a pitch that is a little bit different. Not completely different, but some differences. You are going to have some differences with the ride and with the China, but very, very small. They are hand hammered, so of course you are going to have some differences. But yeah, top quality, and as I've said also, I'm being endorsed by the brand. I am an endorser of the brand since 2018, so it's been 5 years, and I can tell you that these cymbals are very reliable. They are not unbreakable, of course. Cymbals, they break, you know that for sure if you are a metal drummer, but they don't break a lot, that I can tell you. I've been amazed by the reliability of these cymbals. So anyway, I hope you like this video. Plenty of extract also to hear for you. Plenty of demonstration are coming with these cymbals. I hope you're going to like them all. And well, thank you for watching. Take care. See you next time. Don't forget, all these cymbals are available through my website. You can also order them directly to t-cymbals or at Music Store Germany. And please know that if you want to support me and if you want to support my career, the best is to purchase them through my website. It's going to be a great help. Anyway, take care. See you next time. Cheers.